I want to fly to Barton at some point. And to Blackpool. Oh, no, I got mixed up, Matty. He flies out of Blackpool, but he's done videos where he goes to Barton. That's right. Yeah, the Barton's the one near Manchester. It's like is it 2 grass runways? Can't remember now. Yeah, they're like the pink colour. If you look at the colours, it looks like I don't know, packet of Smarties. Aircraft community is an airport where people live on and around the airfield with taxiways to the hangar to their home. No, we have no concept of that over here, I don't think. LTZ Suburban, thank you for 56 months. And Kejan the Merc, thank you for 58. The Squadron. As grass runways, you found a nice free Barton scenery today. I think Orbex has a Barton for X-Plane, or somebody does. I wonder if they'll port it over to Flight Sim. You'd retire to one of those. It would be kind of cool. I think we need a screen grab. Get a screenshot of that. Thank you for flying along today, guys. Hope you're having fun. That's what this is about, just having some fun. We're about 13, 14 nautical away from the airfield. Looks like there's a lot of farming here. It actually sounds like a squadron. How do you remove the HUD when on exterior view? I've got a feeling it might be an option. I think the airfield is just in those foothills somewhere. Yeah, you've got the drone view and you've got the exterior view. I did a video on camera setup back in August. It kind of explains how to control those. I know, right? Like, what is it about Japan? If you look at Japan from a high level, it looks like a circuit board. Look at it. Alberta's the same. That's Northern Alex country, that is, Alberta. Right, we're 10 nautical away. So we might want to think about slight deviation to the right. Just to bring us in on the approach. Wow, it's getting super, super dense here though. The difference between one side of this river and the other is unbelievable. You're on West EU, dude. On West EU going, where is everyone? mean, look at this place. I love the variety of buildings they've got. Like, you don't look down and it all looks the same. You look down and you see huge variety. Whoa, massive rail station here. Look at that. That's the Black Shark AI magic, and alright. Clever stuff, eh? Right, now I've got to try and spot an airfield. The thing is, Taz, is I can't change 1 degree at a time on mine. It pretty much limits me to like 5 degrees. I think this might be it. That's my best guess right now. Rockstar, turn off your Azure sound in the options. Put it on generic plane models. And don't bring up the VFR map. That's like the 3 things that you can do right now. Taco Loco, thank you for 2 months. It's been a fun 2 months. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that's definitely the airfield. No, not all sound. The Azure AI sound, I think it is, under sound options. Trying to judge where to start turning. Let's get 1st degree flaps in. No, I'm not adding people. That worked out all right. You can't get a single IRL friend to play this game. You need different friends. People that like planes. This runway looks a lot like the last one in that it had this exact turn-off, just like the last one. Right, where are we going next? OB, next one is OA. RJOA. This is a 50 nautical mile leg, this one. I think this is the longest leg in the trip. You've flown into OA in real life. Nice. What, in like a commercial airliner? It's Japan, they probably ship it from a factory, yeah. It's probably just a giant sticker they put down on the ground. Right, barrel check, fuel check. Let's give it a little squeeze. Get a bit of juice in there. OB is... I think we should stay on a heading of 2.5 for this leg. If we stay on runway heading, what will happen is we'll end up going to Fukuyama, which looks like a nice place, and we'll also line up nicely into runway 28. So I suggest staying on 2.5 as a heading, because I think it'll just be a lot better. Not that I can put my heading bug on 2.5, but whatever. Maybe like 2,000 altitude. I don't know. We'll have to see what hills are in the way. Right, brakes off. Let's go. He was an exchange student in Hiroshima in 2005. Nice. Fukuyama has a small castle easily visible from the train station. Not sure how high those hills are. We'll try 2,000, see what happens. May have to go more. Mad Mick, 69 months. Thank you, Mad Mick. They're at 3.5. What, these hills? Right, I'm going to go 2.5 initially and see what happens. We're not going to fly direct over those hills anyway, I don't think. We're actually going over this bit, not that bit. I'll try 2.5. Did you get off the ground, Edie? Nice. I like the mist. Wait, is that a golf course? Hey. Do the Japanese still love their golf? That actually looks like a nice course. Like golf courses that are cut out of the woods generally are really, really nice. Very difficult, but nice. That's 2.5K. Oh yeah, you do lose a lot of golf balls when you play in the woods like that. Anytime you like slice or hook the ball and it goes into the trees, you're like, yeah, I ain't going in there looking for that. Inevitably though, when you do go looking for the ball, you end up finding other balls in there. And then you come out pretending that it's your ball, going, hey, I found my ball. Really? Osaka is all golf courses. Wow. We're heading to OA, which is Hiroshima, I think. Just made a huge update to the Rex weather. Why? What did they fix in the update? Would I recommend a real joystick for someone that's never played a flight sim instead of a yoke? You see, both will give you controlled input. Largely, it's a personal preference as to what you like or what you intend to fly. Like, yokes are generally bigger and take up more desk space. And, you know, you tend to have to clamp them to things, whereas a stick, you can more or less put it on your desk and hold it down. His nut slammer misbehaving again. Looks like a dried up riverbed right there. We're doing okay, Mr. Derpy Shark. So over this hill is Fukuyama. Yeah, I'm the same, Domsky. I have the honeycomb yoke and the Thrustmaster Warthog stick, but I have the extension on the stick, which gives you a lot better control. I mean, the other thing to consider is, you know, if you ever want to fly helicopters, whenever they bring helicopters to this sim, or if you want to fly DCS helicopters, a yoke is pretty much useless. You're going to need a stick for that. So that's another consideration. Natronel, thank you for 9 months. Enjoy your Twitch, baby. That road looks a bit janky. Right there. The road to nowhere. It's amazing. It stops at one end and like there's nowhere to go. How did he even get on that road? I think it's meant to be that dirt track. You sometimes use your pedals in FPS games to lean, peak left and right. Interesting. I've never used pedals to lean left and right in an FPS game before. I use the Q and E key. Wow. Who's there? Xander, there's nothing you can do, mate. My avionics lightings keep going on and off. It's just part of the multiplayer bug right now. Nah, Team Checo. Part of the attraction to this sim is not having to update scenery myself. I think this is a hog farm. What here? $17 Camaro. Thank you for 2 months. You should. Fukuyama is over there. You done with generating ortho? I know the feeling, mate. I've done plenty of it, and it's fun, and you could make your X-Plane or whatever look so much better. But this, you're never gonna get it like this. You got to hear from Simcopter. Apparently, you learned everything about flight sim from me. He's a nice guy, Sim. I don't think I've seen him flying on Microsoft Flight Sim for a little while, but he definitely enjoyed it back in the day. Back in August, he was really trying it. But Sim knows a lot about geography stuff. He has a real passion for geography, so I think he enjoys flying over different countries and looking down, because he enjoys that aspect of it. It's a bit like a baseball field. This sim is incredible. Is it really? I did not know that baseball was a thing in Japan. Wow. That's new to me. Been brushing up on your geography with Flight Sim. Nice. Stefan Rewind, I stopped playing P3D years ago for that reason. It was just an effort, you know. And I'd get the sim stable, and then there'd be an update to something or install something else, and it'd become unstable. I just couldn't deal with it anymore. That ahead of us is Fukuyama. The legendary statue of Colonel Sanders was thrown into the Sotenbori River. Wow. I think we're about roughly 20 nautical away. Just keep on this track for now. I mean, Japan is just, there's so much here. The Fukushima red zone is east of the city. Okay. So that would be over here. Fukushima is way north of here. I've no idea. I want to go to Japan one day. It's amazing. It's just, huh? That's lovely. I wonder if I could hire a plane. Okay. Very different cities, very far apart. But very similarly named, apparently. Is there anything that, like, where we are now, Fukuyama, is there any, like, major companies that are based there that we know about? Like, oh, that's where Fujitsu's based. Yama typically just means mountain. Mrs. Squirrel bought me tea and biscuits. And what very nice biscuits they are too. Quite literally, nice biscuits. It's the in-flight meal service. That's what it is. Nice biscuits are boring. Okay. I don't know. I've never really had an exciting biscuit, if I'm honest. Never eaten a biscuit and gone, wow, this biscuit is awfully exciting. Those other ones are so boring. Yeah, I need to try nephew biscuits. Those niece ones are getting really boring. We are not far away from turning onto a heading of 2-8. It's a lot of planes. Well, that's the ones we can see anyway. Yes, I'm using 4Flight. I am indeed. There's always an upside down plane. I've got a feeling we're going to have to go over that mountain though, or that hill. Oh, is he Australian? Is that what it is? That makes a lot of sense. Right, get ready to turn on to 280. Okay, 280, or as close as I can select 280. That's about as close as I can get 280 on this thing. That's tracking us roughly towards the airfield. Depending on wind, of course. Langeveld, I'd go and see a doctor about that, mate. That doesn't sound normal. It's 10 nautical on the other side of that hill. Hiroshima, elevation 1,086 feet. Don't have any wind data. The wind is 3-3 at 1 knot. Okay. I reckon I'll finish this biscuit by the time I get there. I still don't actually see the airfield right now. It's supposed to be about 6 nautical miles away. Oh, is that it? Oh, that might be it. Right then. What leg are we on? We're just coming into Hiroshima, OA. RJOA. In 2015, Asiana Airlines landed short and hit the localizer array at Hiroshima, spinning onto the runway. Blimey. Well, I can hear a jet. I don't know. I would have thought there'd be still radiation. You had high oil pressure and then you had full engine failure. So where did you put the aircraft down? High oil pressure is very unusual. Oh, look. It's just like the last runway and the one before. They have definitely got a template in Japan. Main Puritan, thank you for 30 months. I'm guessing he didn't land. Oh, nose first. Right, OA to OM. He did the shutdown, the startup procedures. We were able to get the engine going again, but only around idle speed. Okay, but where did you put the plane down? Like, were you able to get back to the airfield, or did you have to ditch? Right, next heading is more or less southbound on a 205 heading. 38 nautical miles is going to take us down to Matsuyama. So quite a bit of water here, but islands in between. Should be quite fun. So 205 heading. Don't forget your barrow pressure, your fuel and your flaps. Right, brakes off, let's go. You flew back to the home airfield because we didn't want to go to be stranded at the airport we originally headed to. Well, it's good that you got back. I guess that occurred not long after takeoff then. Because if you only had idle power, that's nothing really. I'm just going to go to 2,000. I don't think we'll need much more. Okay, just hold there then. Crazy fool. Why is it still climbing? There we go. Still pitching, but there we go. Mr. Bergen, thank you for 2 months. Just VNav mode in the autopilot in G1000. Vertical navigation is what it stands for. You're cruising at 4,000 feet, you were descending for a landing, we're about 8 miles out, and that's when we started having issues. When the landing, there was a gust of fumes coming from the oil tank. We were a bit lower than the minimums. And you had high oil pressure. Well, at least you had 4,000. You were coming back to the airfield, but even so, that's not fun. I'm just glad you got back safe. I take it the aircraft's gone in to find out what the problem was. Did you have to like declare an emergency and stuff? Redlined if you push the throttle above idle. Wow. Blocked spores, yeah. Does sound like a blockage, doesn't it? The scenic islands at 12 o'clock are part of the Sito Inland Sea National Park. Well, this lot. Wow, imagine living on that island though. That's about as isolated as you can get, just like you and about 40 other people. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it was like the wrong oil was put in, maybe? The wrong kind of oil? That's a chemical plant. That's a great place for a chemical plant. So I guess the workers get to work every day by boat. Like they probably have to be down here. They get a boat to work. Go and work in a chemical plant. Brilliant. So they've got a chemical plant on the islands that are actually a national park. That's amazing. The home airport is not tower control. We just told her the aircraft the situation. If that had been me, if I couldn't talk to tower, I think I'd have immediately switched to either like London Information or 121.5 and basically declared an emergency, because like if you don't land that plane very well, shall we say, you can't land in a runway, you need people to come and help. And at least if you declare the emergency, then they know that you're going down, they're going to watch where you land. And, you know, you want somebody to talk to anyway, right? That's what I would have done anyway, I think. Lots of fishing here, I'm not surprised. Lots of sushi. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, your instructor was pilot in command at that point. Like, it's all his call, isn't it? I'm just surprised he didn't declare an emergency. Because, like, that is an emergency. Where are we currently going? We are going to RJOM, which is down there on the coast somewhere. It's actually further round the coast, I think, there. This is where we're going. Yeah, Matsuyama. At least we have better weather today than we did last time in Japan. Actually, the weather in Japan last time was good, and then it just got worse and worse towards the end. Mick Hasselbad, thank you for 2 months, sir. The plane just went in for its 100-hour inspection. It's a Piper Cherokee. Yeah, you see, the thing is, when a plane has just come out of its inspections, that's pretty much the riskiest point to fly it. It sounds to me like somebody put the wrong oil in. Something obviously happened in that inspection to cause that problem. From what you've learned, the plane engine needs replacing every year. From what? No, it replaces every 2,000 hours. So what happens is, it goes in for a check every 100 hours. If it's a commercial one used for training, normally it also has like a, instead of 20 or a 50-hour check, I can't remember, which is like a minor check, then a 100 check, and then 2,000 hours is where they take the engine out the plane, strip it down, check everything, rebuild the engine. It will then usually go into another plane, and your plane will get a different reconditioned engine. A good experience to have had. Well, yeah, I guess. At least you know that planes can actually fail, right? But it's still not the best experience. They told me at the airfield they change it every year. Well, if they're hitting 2,000 hours on a plane every year, they will do. Depends how much. I mean, 2,000 hours in a year is what? You've got to be averaging 2,000 divided by, let's say you get like a maximum 8-hour day. 2,000 divided by 8, 7 days a week. I mean, that's going some. 40 hours a week. I mean, you get weathered out, but on average, if they can get 2,000 hours out the plane in a year, they'll rebuild the engine. But they won't send it in unless it needs doing. Like, if they're on 1,900 hours, they won't just send it in. They'll wait another 100 hours and then send it in. Because that engine rebuild is like a 20 grand bill. Mungus, thank you for 4 months. And that's 20 grand on a plane like this. It would be cheaper to just buy an engine. Well, that's what you are doing, basically. It's effectively what you are doing. You're trading your engine in and getting a fully reconditioned engine back with 0 hours. It's like a cycle. They'll take that engine, they'll strip it down and rebuild it, and then sell it to somebody else. It's effectively what you're doing. Otherwise, you'd have to wait for your engine to come back, which will take many, many weeks. And that's why it costs 20 grand, because it takes a lot of man hours. They fixed the download glitch for the game. I don't know. I never had it, but I thought they'd fixed all that stuff. There are various people that have posted that problem and posted ways around it. I think you have to do something to delete some folder somewhere. I definitely remember seeing that on Reddit at one point. There's a video on YouTube explaining why reconditioned engines are more reliable than brand new ones. Wow. Well, yeah, any work on an aircraft has to be done by a certified engineer, because it all has to be signed off. So an aircraft engineer that can strip apart an engine has to be trained. You can't just get Jeff from Jeff's garage to take your engine apart and rebuild it. Right, where are we? I don't know what sound this is coming up. Well, I'm not saying Jeff isn't good. I'm just saying Jeff isn't certified. But he doesn't cost 20 grand. Jeff will do it a lot cheaper. Okay, that's a weird one. There's a black hole. Oh, is that the plug? Fair enough. Yeah, don't pull that. You drain the whole bay. Matsuyama is known for its hot springs. Nice. Mind you, I've seen those Japanese bathhouses on when James May's gone there. That's pretty scary stuff. They're comfortable things that I'm not comfortable with, you know. Hey, Mrs. Frosty. We are about 10 nautical miles away. I don't know what the weather's doing down there. Let me have a quick look. No weather. You got runway 14 and runway 32, and I don't know what the weather's doing. So if anybody can get the weather quickly, you have a week off starting tomorrow. I wouldn't mind a week off myself, actually. Wind is 070 knots. Yeah. If it's 2 knots, it's irrelevant. That's literally a crosswind anyway. Alright. I guess we'll go in from the coast, 1-4. Let's make it a coastal run. It'd be nicer over the coast anyway. Wanzamus, hopefully you and the family good. Thanks for the good content here and on YouTube. Thank you, Wanzamus. Okay, we can assume this is about 100-foot elevation, probably this runway. Were there any subsequent fixes for Japan? I don't know, actually, if they patched anything for Japan. I really don't know if they did anything. I mean, if there were patches in the scenery, you wouldn't really notice it anyway. They'd just shove it on the cloud and then it would just download it. I don't think they pushed out any code patches, though. Right, the actual airfield, I think it's somewhere here. Oh, good, Billy. Sounds awesome, mate. Can't wait. I really want to watch Spitting Image, but it's on that BritBox thing, and I don't have BritBox. And I'm not going to buy another subscription. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yank the speed back. Yeah, I've seen the clips on YouTube, but I desperately want to see the whole thing, but I'm not paying for another sub. I'm already paying for Netflix and Sky and meh. I do have BT internet, yes. Are you going to tell me I can get it via BT internet now, Cornwall boy? Sky Fiber is rubbish. I don't have Sky Fiber. Yet another runway by the sea. Snake, thank you for 3 months. Jeez, that guy's going in a bit hot. He's like, I wonder why I can't land. Where's next leg takers, I wonder? Do we want to be taking off? Oh, yeah. Yeah, go down to the bottom of the airfield. A bit better if we take off over the sea, because we're going that way anyway. You've no idea about IFR and the 152, but following behind is fun. Well, not really IFR, to be honest. We're just visual. Yeah, Captain Flint. Repeated stuff, symbol stuff, link stuff. It's all this is 0A, I think. OA, sorry. No, sorry, OM is what this is. Yeah, it's on the screen there, OM. Oh, and we're going to go to OI next. You're going to go to OI, let the autopilot fly so you could make lunch. Which app do you use for airport charts on the iPad? For flight. You've also got Navigraph you could use, but for flight is pretty cool. BT customers get 6 months free on BritBox. What do I have to do to claim that, Cornwall boy? Do I have to go via my account and claim it or something with a code? Carthanax, thank you for a double top 40 months. That's for new users, I presume so. Well, new BT users or new BritBox? Oh, new BT. Well, yeah, that won't work for me then. I've had BT too long. You see, this is what happens when you stay with a company. They give all the offers to new people and ignore you. Right, let's see. So we're taking off runway heading, flying 317, which is pretty much directly the runway heading we're on. And then it's going to be 30 nautical miles to OI. And we will land on runway... Let's make it runway 20. So what we'll do is we'll go to OI, keep right of it, and we'll basically loop back onto 20. Because that sounds fun. Got it? Flaps, fuel, barrow, brakes, let's go. Yeah, gents, it's ridiculous. They don't look after customers. If you stay with a company now, they float the prices up, and so you get really aggro and phone up about it. Meanwhile, they give discounts and codes and incentives to new customers. They don't believe in customer loyalty anymore. They'd rather lose you and then you come back. That's how they do. That's how it works. Four flights is great but expensive. Well, if you just get like one set of maps like America or Europe, it's not so bad. It can get expensive if you want all the features. Pop said it's for existing too, it might be worth looking up. If it's for existing as well, then I'll definitely look it up. If I can get access to it, I might watch it. It is for existing customers, okay. Oh yeah, the second you say you're leaving, you get routed towards the customer retention team, and they can offer you exclusive deals that nobody else can offer. It's hilarious how it works. I've been through that customer retention team so many times. The best one is just phone up and say you want to cancel the service. Just phone up Virgin Media and just say, I want to cancel my phone, I don't need it anymore. and listen to them explain to you how if you have a bundle with a phone, it's cheaper than if you have other services without a phone. And you're like, what? So if I get this stuff and I have a phone with it, it's cheaper than if I just get that stuff and don't have a phone. Yes. Why? Well, it's just how we structure the bundles. Why? It just is. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Because they want you to have it, because the management want to know that you've got all the stuff. Even though you're not using it, you've got all the stuff. It's bizarre. Yeah, I'm going to cancel my landline. In fact, what I'm thinking of doing, Cosmo, is I'm thinking of putting the house. I'm just going to like get the gigabit stuff from BT. And then I'm going to put the whole house, including me, on the gigabit only, ignore Virgin Media. And if that works out without compromising my streaming anyway, I'm just going to turn off Virgin Media completely. Double brandy and Coke is cheaper than a single brandy and Coke at your local. That would be nice, wouldn't it? No, it'd be like you can have a double brandy, Coke and ice cheaper than you can have a single brandy, Coke and no ice. That's literally what it's like. If you have ice with it, you can have double brandy for the same price. And then you can just not use the ice. That's pretty much what Virgin Media's bundles are like. I don't use the landline, gents. There's 5 people in my house with a phone. I don't need a landline. In fact, we don't even have a phone plugged in, and we haven't had it plugged in for over 2 years. That's how much we don't need a landline. Just you have just internet from Spectrum, and they can't fathom why I don't want the TV and phone. That's what I said to Virgin Media. I'm like, I don't use your TV, I don't use your phone, I just want internet. Yes, but if you have the bundle, it's cheaper. That's literally what they said. Hence why I have a TV bundle that I don't use, and I have a phone line I don't use. We have got Virgin Fiber. We have got Virgin Fiber. It's like a 300 meg down or something. That CVM's like gear down, flaps down. You're tired of telling them you don't even have a TV, but they keep insisting I get the bundle, which is more expensive. Yep. They don't believe you. Like, yeah, sure you don't have a TV. Like, no, I don't. Yeah. Get like cloud banks on the horizon on the coast. That's nice. So we're basically going to the coast there somewhere. Help your speeds for £1 more. That's generally what they do. They if you go through to the retention team, they'll basically get you to stay for another 12 months. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking to keep you on contract. So number 1, don't lose you as a customer. Number 2, get you on a new contract. And then number 3, make it as cheap as possible for them, but they'll try and float you a little bit, like £1 or £2, and give you something to sweeten the deal. If we keep you on your current plan, Mr. Squirrel, then for an extra £2 a month, we'll give you this, 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 and this. You're like, okay, sounds good. Yeah. The only thing that shuts them up is I'm moving out of the country. Yeah, that's a good one. Yes, I'm emigrating. I'm going to Iceland. Well, no, if you said Mars, they wouldn't believe you. I mean, this is the thing, Rome, like, traditional phone lines have got to be... They've got to be a dying breed. Like, quite literally, VoIP. Most data transmissions are VoIP, aren't they, anyway? Like, they're all translated and sent electronically now, anyway. Use I lost my job line. I've got no income. I can't pay. Next thing they turn around, well, if you stay with Virgin Media, we'll charge you nothing for 6 months. What? Is it really bad? I'm not surprised, honestly. It's got to be the way it's going. Which is why, you know, it really bugs me having a landline and then having to pay to have that landline. Like BT, if you want BT internet, you've got to have BT phone line, which costs like £12 a month or something. It's just a con.